Hello again. Welcome back to your 5-minute devotional stop with me, Amy Phillips. I'm on a journey moving from fear to faith, and I hope you'll join me for Just Believe. Hello, my dear ones. So if you listen to any of my podcasts, you know I like to talk about and read from my favorite devotional, Joy and Strength, a lot. And as I explained to someone this week, it's basically lay your life down for Jesus every day of the devotional. The devotional is excerpts from men and women of faith from as far back as the 300s and all in between. They all lived in different times with different circumstances on the earth, and yet still there was this thread of surrender that you find through all the centuries. So the most recent one that I was meditating on is from Elizabeth Prentice, who lived in the mid-1800s. And she said, "If you love him as I want you to do, you will offer him the whole use of your day, as you open your eyes to the light of each morning to be spent in active service or silent suffering according to his good pleasure. You will not select the most agreeable task, but his task, whatever it may be. You will not disdain humble service or be ambitious for distinguished service." Here's the part I want you to get. "You will lie like straw on the current of his will, to be swept away and be forgotten, if it pleases him, or to be caught up by his mighty hand and transformed thereby into a thunderbolt." So friends, I have lived on this for weeks, choosing to be the straw, lying on the current of his will. The other day, a piece of straw fell into the pool where I was swimming, and I put it in the palm of my hand and I watched as it moved with every wave of the water. This kind of living is so counter to what we're told by the world and our own inclinations. We're told we have the keys to our destiny. We make our own way in this world. And of course, there's a grain of truth to these statements, which is why we and so many people cling to them. But if we have our hearts set on Jesus, then our lives are to run much differently than those who are chasing after fame and success here on this planet. The end is not the goal for us if we walk with Jesus. The goal is in knowing him and his great will and his ways right here in the midst of life. The other devotional that I read with some regularity is My Utmost for His Highest. And this past week, Chambers wrote, "What we see is only the process of reaching a particular end. God sees as the goal itself. It is the process, not the outcome, that is glorifying to God." He goes on and says, "God's training is for now, not later. His purpose is for this minute, not for some time in the future. We have nothing to do with what follows our obedience, and we're wrong to concern ourselves with it. What people call preparation, God sees as the goal itself." So sometimes we need a paradigm shift in our thoughts. We can only lie like that piece of straw if we recognize that being in the current of his will is our goal. The goal is actually not where we're headed. Yes, we're running the race after Jesus, but we do so with his power working strongly through us. God's training is for right now, not sometime in our future when everything is lined up for us, because, newsflash, everything may not line up for us on this planet. The process is the goal itself. The learning to lay down our desires for his, the learning to live in step with the Holy Spirit, this running your race to attain Jesus. Galatians 5:25 tells us, "If we live by the Spirit, let us also keep in step with the Spirit." So it's the process of walking in step with the Spirit of God that glorifies the Lord. Each step getting a little lower, each step a little less stiff and more malleable, each step taking us closer to being made like Jesus, each step releasing a little more control. Is anxiety getting you down? Lie like a piece of straw. Fear of the future eating at your peace? Lie like a piece of straw. A relationship in such a bad shape that you can't see how it could possibly be made better? Well, lie like a piece of straw on the current of his will. Allow him in this moment, in the middle of the broken thing or things, to meet you. This is the goal, letting Him meet you right here, releasing, unknotting our insides, finding joy in the stream, walking with Him, each step fashioned after the one who saved our souls and loves us with a brilliant love. Let's be in the process with Him. So take this moment and visualize that straw on the current. Feel how it would feel. No worries, no anxieties, just being with Him, going where He would have you go. Stop that flailing about, trying to hold on to where we are. Because, friends, He's so worthy of our trust. He's so faithful in our goings. He knows when we sit and when we rise. He knows when we lie down and when we get up. He even knows every word before it's on our lips. How can we not trust Him? So do not fear. Just lie on the current of His really good will and believe. You are so loved. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you feel encouraged and strengthened. If you want to connect with me, you can find me at amybphillips.com. See you next time.